I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Omziel Healing Sanctuary. We're giving you bite-sized information for you to take in your daily life. I'm here with a powerful ice queen. Another one has come and graced the doors of the Omziel Healing Sanctuary. We just got out of the ice, so we are on fire, literally.
Literally.
So here we are. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. And yeah, a little bit about what you're doing these days.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Angela Roberts. I'm originally from Baltimore. I moved up here 8 years ago, and I live right around the corner, so I have no excuse to say I can't come.
Exactly.
I am an entrepreneur. I am a life insurance agent. I specialize in IUL, so I do have the time to be able to do what I want. So I love that.
Beautiful.
And it's great that you're just right around the corner. So
excellent.
I can't say no to Omar.
It's great that you're mentioning this because this morning I was waiting for you to come, and then you finally replied to me and you said, "Oh, I just got up. My alarm did this and some other bull, you know." And then I said, "Just put something on and come over right now." And you were like, "Oh, for real?"
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that little voice in the head, like you're laying there and it snowed yesterday, and I'm like, am I really going to do this? And I overslept. I'll just let them know I'm not coming.
Mm-hmm.
No, you called my bluff. You're like, come on. I'm like, okay. Training starts now. And I'm like, all right, well, training starts now. And I hadn't been here. My last ice pledge was in September. And life has just like happened. And being a caregiver, as you guys all know, if you've ever been, it's tough. So you end up pouring from a cup that's empty, and you got to refill your cup. So you have to take care of you. And I think ice plunging is probably like the best thing that you can do to do that. Because energy stores in your body. Like you can sit there and you can heal your mind all you want, but trauma and energy stores in your body. So you have to do something to get it out. So this is actually perfect.
Right. So tell us a little bit about when you got up and you're getting dressed and you're coming over and when you got here.
Oh, yeah. So like I said, like I was laying there. I'm like, I'm not going to go, but I'll send them. You know, I woke up to you sending me a text message. I had overslept. It was 10:30. I was supposed to be here at 10. I'm always late anyway. So I was like, I overslept. And then you respond back. And I'm like, seriously? Just put something on. Okay. So then I was like, all right, it's go time, because now, like, again, I literally live 5 minutes away. So how could I sit there and say, well, I can't come? I have no excuse in the world. So it's like, all right, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. So get myself together, drank some water. My stomach was growling. I ate something light. You don't want to eat anything heavy. I ate some yogurt. And then I go outside and there's ice on my steps and there's ice on my car. I'm like, all right. And I'm driving here and I look and I'm like, it's 29 degrees. Am I really about to go sit in a tub of ice? Like, I'll do an ice plunge in the summertime all the time. This is my second one that I've done in the winter. My first one ever with you was in the winter, but I wouldn't even consider that a cold day last January when we did it. It wasn't
that cold, not like today.
Right. And I'm not talking about last January, last month, but last year is when I did my first one. But today was really cold. And then I get here, I couldn't find a place to park. So of course, see, what are you doing, Angela? Why are you doing this? Like, you could have stayed at home in the comfort of your bed and rested because you've been on the go nonstop. And I'm like, all right, no. I parked, I come down. And then I turn the corner and I see the ice bath. And I mean, again, I've done these in the summertime. It's already got a sheet. I touched it. I'm like, and the ice, the snow's at the bottom. I'm like, yeah. And mind you, I'm a diehard Ravens fan. So I go to the games and I'm a little traumatized because, like, in January, I was in the cold for 4.5 hours. And I should put this disclaimer out there. Don't let the skin fool you. I hate the cold. I hate being cold. I don't like the cold. You won't catch me in shorts in the wintertime. No. So, like, I had sat in the cold for like 4 hours. The last thing I'm thinking about is doing an ice plunge, because that's in the back of my head. I seen that ice bath. I'm like, yeah, we're doing this. And then I come in and I'm here.
It's home.
It's home. It felt good as soon as I walked in. I was a little disappointed nobody else was here, but hey, I'll take all the attention.
Right, that's what you got. You got the focus.
I got it all.
Yeah, you did.
And
Yeah.
it was great. It was so needed.
Much needed.
Much
Yep.
needed. I was more tense than I realized I was. That's the thing. When you start to heal and you start to handle stress differently, you think you're doing a really great job until you get to where the focus is on you and you have to heal and you realize, why am I so tense? Oh, I've been storing all this trauma and handling, and especially if like I'm the strong friend, you know? Nobody checks on me because I got it all together. So I handle the weight of the world on here, and I didn't realize how much I needed this. I can never wait until September again. So you're around the corner. I got to come every week.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you came in, and I could already feel like the tense, and you're already like a little hesitant, and I know you a little bit. So, and I know some people, humans, how they interact with their environment, especially if there's something that's coming up and they're a little stressful. But I made sure to bring you in, and we sat down. I made some cacao.
Yes,
right?
cacao.
How was that?
So good. I love cacao. Everybody should drink cacao. It's just warming. Your heart feels all fuzzy.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, I was sure to put in some cayenne pepper because that's the activator, you know. And then we drank a bit, and I burned some sage, and then we, started to sage you a bit and all that, sage the area.
It's, and then I started to realize, like, I got away from my practices. I used to sage myself every day. Because I used to work in a hospital. So, like, I had to sage myself every day. Being an empath, energy attracts you.
Right.
But now that I'm at home, I've gotten away from those practices. It felt so good. Like, when you were taking the feather and hitting my back, I could feel the energy just going away. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Why have I been away?
Thank you. Yep.
That was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And then we lay down and we started doing the breath work. How was that?
The breath work, I need to, again, got away from my practices, but doing the breath work and doing that, as well as with the sound bowls, and you put them on my solar plexus, on my third eye. But like we went through more rounds, and it was great because I needed the practice and needed to get into there. And it was, I found it kind of ironic because we were drinking the cacao and the heart chakra is green, and I don't see images a lot in my mind. But the shade of green that came through was so vivid and so there. Like it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful to see that. And then I went to shades of like red, but the green was so prominent, and then it turned turquoise, and doing the breath work was just great, and holding your breath and then letting the air out. It's just something about that of just like breathing isn't enough. You really have to do breath work to get oxygen to your body.
Yeah, for sure.
And I definitely don't do that.
Yep, I know. It's a great practice, and it's super powerful. It's like it's sitting right under our nose, but this breath that we're breathing in, and then the air retention, when we blow out, and then we hold it, and then we relax, right? Just sink into the earth like that. Wow, it brings you like to another state, you know?
Different type, like for once, because my mind never shuts up. My mind didn't, there were no other thoughts there, except the occasional one of, oh my God, I'm about to go jump in some ice. That did come up, especially when I knew that we were getting to the last round, because I knew what was next is, I got to go sit in a tub of ice, and there's no way of getting out of this.
Right.
But besides that, my mind was quiet, and it was like I was just there, almost levitating just into the earth, and just feeling in a state of calmness. And I love when you take the breath in after that, and you push it up to your third eye, and I could just feel like the calcification around my third eye just moving away, because I'm just getting it oxygen, because I never focus on taking breath and pushing it up to my head. It almost hurts at first going there, but then when it's there, you're like, oh yeah, this is great. The tough part is shutting up the voice to think that you need to breathe and taking control of that.
Right.
That takes practice.
That's the frontal lobe of our brain. That's the one that helps us to navigate this realm. But then it's on overdrive.
Yeah.
It's our safety mechanism. It's the one that helps us, to prevent us from hurting ourselves. But then it's like on overdrive. It's like, I got this. Yeah, what if you forget to breathe? What if you pass out? What if you, hold on a minute. I got this. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's on overdrive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is. It's like, oh my God, you got to breathe. You got to breathe. And it's like, no, you're fine.
Right.
I'm in control.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you have to remember. I'm okay. I remember the I ams. And now I couldn't remember if you're supposed to hold them on which breath you're supposed to hold them. So I did them for both.
Yeah, right. For both.
I just needed to take my mind off of I'm not breathing right now and panicking.
Right.
Because you can go into a state of panic like, shit.
Yeah, it's just the mind. It's just the mind. But you remember the affirmations,
the
right?
affirmations
That I had taught you. Yeah.
So I just started telling myself that and just going through those, and then I could see like the different colors, and I'm like, I'm okay. And the tricky part for me though is, and maybe you can give me some tips on this, is that when you tell me on the first one, so when you let the breath out before you take it in, and you tell me to relax, and when I go to relax. Of course, I want to breathe now because you're like telling me to relax into the earth. And so then I'm accidentally taking a breath and I'm like, all right, let me push this back out again.
Right. Yeah. I know. That's why I got close to you and I started working with you a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Because I could see that you were out of practice and out of sync and stuff like that. But it's just a matter of like when you let the last breath out, you just fall into the ground, start scanning your body. Because your mind is like rushing, like, oh, what's going on? Why are we holding our breath now? But you just have to like sit into it, scanning your body, your eyebrows. We hold a lot of tension here in our eyes.
Yeah.
And then it's the cheeks, like the jaw, like just let it drop a little bit, even the mouth, And then here, oh, forget it. We hold a lot of tension here too. And then you scan your body. We hold our emotions here, our feelings inside of our hips, and then the knees, the feet, let them, and then you just relax into it. Just keep scanning your body. And then when you're ready to breathe in, that's when you take it all in, and then that's when you push in that air, the oxygen. Then that's different too than the air out. How was that when you breathe in and holding it?
Oh, that's great too. But then like your brain is like, oh, well, you got to let that out. But it's like, no, we got air. It's not like anything's bad going to happen to us. The air is here. The oxygen is flowing through us. So it's really about taking control over your mind. And it's a great practice to get into just for everyday life, because otherwise we can fall victim to false paradigms in our head and the negativity that comes over it. We are in control. We are in control of our destinies, our lives. Everything that happens to you is because of you. And sooner people realize that, the better they're going to be. It's a hard pill to swallow, and try not to beat yourself up about it, but you are in control.
For real. I feel so too. When life comes and it happens and there's some stressful situations, what happens? Our heart starts beating faster, right? The pulse starts going a little harder. Your breath gets a little more shallower, right?
Yeah. You get scared.
We should just take a deep breath, like open up your diaphragm, and just relax. Like, okay, I'm in this. There's a situation here and I can handle this. I'm prepared for this. I'm fine. I've made it this far, right? We've talked about that, right?
Yeah.
We've already made it through the traumas in our life,
right?
Those deeply embedded things that have happened since we were children, right? Oh my God, they were so difficult. Yeah, but we made it. This is proof that we're here. We've made it through, and we'll continue to make it. But it's just the mind tricking you, like, oh my God, what's happening here? Just breathe.
It's the victim mindset. We're stuck on being a victim, and I'd be damned, I don't want to be a victim anymore. So now it's about taking control of that, and taking control of that is doing things for you, like this. This is what keeps you out of the victim mindset. Is jumping into a tub of ice in 29-degree weather.
Yeah, and then you talked about like, oh, I'm out of that practice, and right, you get to
Yeah.
feel it. Once you get in touch with something like that, it's like letting the genie out the bottle.
Yeah.
It's like once it's out, like now you know.
Yeah.
Now, when you're out of it, you be like, oh, I'm just out of it. Like I've let my practice go. I
Mhm.
know it already. I'm not taking those cold showers. I'm not doing that breath work. I'm not running cardio. I'm not lifting. I'm not
Yeah.
yoga. Or I'm not, you know.
It's just taking the time for yourself, the spiritual aspects of it, the saging, the meditating, the breath work, and then everything else falls into play. Ending your shower with coldness is top notch, top notch, and it's something I do often. But what I do before I get into the shower is where I fell off, and that's what I need to get back into my practice. And it's just reminding me of that. How you start your day is how you end your day.
Yeah, for sure. The saging is a great practice. Every day, just light a little bit of sage. And
Yeah.
sage yourself like that. That's
Right.
it. Yeah, clean all that negative energy away.
Oh,
And that's it. Then they go, I'm good. And start your day. You know, but too many times we just go. We just go. We're on go mode. Go, go, go.
or we get up and we're running late. We're running around and we're scattered and we get in the shower. And it's like,
Yeah,
now your whole entire day's like that.
Yeah. And then you shoot back some coffee because that's going to calm you down.
Right, no, because that's just...
That's going to keep you focused. Yeah.
No, that's like what you said, the chasing the dopamine.
Yeah.
What we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
And that's what it is. And it's there's healthier ways to do that. Don't get me wrong. I love my cup of coffee.
Right.
And I like my pre-workout before I go into the gym.
Right.
I'm not here to say not to do that, but there's other ways to keep it balanced. You know,
the balance is important, and the sequence of things and how you do it for sure.
Yeah.
Like when I get up in the morning, I drink my 16 ounces of water.
Yep.
With lemon, room temperature, with Celtic sea salt. I've been doing the Celtic, right? That's Barbara O'Donnell.
Okay.
And that helps to alkaline your body and for you to absorb the water that we're drinking. That's what it helps you with, you know. And then I put some green tea on. We take the elixir, the shot, which is the ginger with the turmeric. I know I didn't bring some, but I'll get you some. I do that, you know, a little bit of sage is nice too, you know, and I always do something like exercise. I stretch, you know, I do some yoga and get the body moving.
Get the body moving.
Another great tip too is like hitting the body, you know, hitting the body on the muscles. Tapping them here, your body, you know, your neck, your head. Because you have to get the energy moving, you know?
Well, that's what so I do the warm water. I do pink Himalayan sea salt. Is that different?
That's good. I was doing that one too. Yes.
But Celtic, I have to look into that.
I'll show it to you. I'll send you
But I also started drinking celery juice.
Oh, wow.
First thing in the morning.
Nice.
And not only does that help regulate you, but there's been studies that it's good for your mental and everything too. So I started the celery juice. And that's good. But the showers, finishing your showers, when you finish your showers with cold water, not just cold water on you, you store like energy, stagnant energy right on the back of your neck, right there. And that's where I just let it hit the back of my neck and I do my affirmations.
Wow.
And then I come up and let it hit my third eye. And it's like, whew, you feel great. You hop out the shower and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's just, I really need to, I'm looking forward to the breath work and the meditation that you're going to send me to do in the morning before I get into the shower.
Yes, definitely.
Starting it up because I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm sure there's other people out there that have that. I struggle with waking up in the morning. That voice, that little voice is horrible. And it's time to take control over it and shut it up because it sits there and it just, you know, gets into your head and it's, I don't like it.
Yeah, that voice should be sort of like a background noise.
Yeah.
Instead of the dominant voice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's me. And you start agreeing. You go, yeah, that's right. I'll just put the snooze on and I'll sleep a little bit more. No.
Exactly.
Instead, you should be like, hey, no, wait a minute. I'm getting up. I'm doing things here. No,
I got things I got to do.
I have purpose and I have dreams. I have visions. I'm manifesting my life. I'm creating everything around me.
Instead of resisting what the day has ahead, encouraging it.
Yeah, for sure. In the cold, it's great that you said about that back here, about that tension that we collect, because when I'm in the ice water, I feel it back there.
Yeah.
I feel it. It's like, bringing it out.
I have to make sure when I get into a plunge, once I get over the initial shock of it, I got to make sure that my neck is underneath there, the water there. Like, I'm a spiritual person and I'm an empath. And that's where spirits that attach to you that don't belong hang out.
Wow.
It's right there.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And you got to get rid of that. Because sometimes we feel things, and you really have to stop yourself and ask yourself, is this my shit that I'm feeling, or is this somebody else's?
Right.
Because if you're, especially if you're in a field where you're around a lot of people, like when I was in the hospital and I worked at the hospitals, like I would come home and I'm like, what in the world? Like my emotions would be all over the place. And it's because I've attached and it took on so much that I didn't know what I was feeling. And sometimes I find that throughout my day now, and I've gotten better and more conscious to ask myself, is this mine or is this somebody else's?
Right,
like, what is this?
Right. We should be, aware of those things. Yeah.
But sometimes as people or as humans, it's so easy to get stuck in the low, because once you accept the low, now you got to do better.
Right.
And so sometimes it's just easier to stay in the low instead of vibrating high, because to vibrate high means you have to change and you have to become a better person. So it's sometimes easier to stay down here. But it's so much better up here.
It's so much better. That's true. And then some of these practices help. So why don't you tell us a little bit about when you're in the ice, like what were you going through there?
So I have to say, this is my favorite ice plunge. It's my favorite one, and it's it sounds crazy because it's like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be done. I did so many in the summer. We went on a run in the summer. Like I was doing an ice plunge with you every couple of days, and it was great. You jump out and you feel the warmth, and you're like, oh, this is great. No, this one was completely different. Like I literally had to use a sledgehammer to break it.
Right. That's why I let you to break it. So you could get in touch with that. Like you could actually physically see what's going on.
So you take your anger out there, but like I play tough, but I was scared. I was scared shitless. Like, I can't believe I'm about to do this. And then it's just me and you. So I don't have anybody else going ahead of me. It's like, oh man, no. So I got to go first and I got to do this. And like, I couldn't back out of it. I couldn't even think about it. And, jumping into it at first and then going down. And then I guess my suggestion, which I found over the summertime that works for me, is as soon as I get into the ice, I got to put my head under and come out, because then my whole entire body is now acclimated to what's going on. And I usually close my eyes and focus, because like there's usually a lot of people, but it was just me and you. So I was like, let me open up my eyes for once. Let me see what's going on. And the sky was so beautiful. There were birds over there eating. And I was like, oh, this is nice. I was focusing on my breath. My feet were cold. I couldn't put my hands under. The extremities get me. And by the time the 2 minutes was up, I could have stayed there longer. It's my feet. Could have stayed there longer and went under again and came back out. But it was just so relaxed. As crazy as it sounds, relaxing. Like it felt good. And then you get out and now you're still in the cold. And like that was challenging, because every part of you, or at least for me, wanted to be like shut down and not do anything. And I had to force myself to move. I couldn't feel my feet, but then you had to go, and I wasn't going to like leave you out there no, I got to stand by you. We did this together. We started this together. I'm not going anywhere. So, I mean, you're going to see it in the video. I was struggling, but I pulled it together, and it was just like, once you get through something like that and you realize that you just pushed yourself through this, you can get through anything. That's like that. Like my whole week is going to be great, because it's going to be like, what are you talking about? I just sat in ice in 29-degree weather and got out, couldn't feel my feet, and still pushed through it. Like, come on.
That's beautiful.
And and then we came in here and I'm shivering and I'm cold, and I'm still kind of like, my feet are still cold now, but I feel good. I feel recharged. Like, how do I explain this? Ice plunges, to me, I think you got to shock your system. Like, I'm hard-headed as hell. I'm stubborn. I know exactly what I need to do sometimes, and I don't do it. I pushed through a lot of things. Like I said before, so you store this trauma in your body. So I got to do something drastic to shock the shit out of it and get it going. And that's exactly what I did. And it's like my body, it's like, I got jolted. It's like, all right, we're back. Let's go.
There was this one brother who came by and his video, my God, it must have almost went viral, but you know, it almost looked like there was 2 jumper cables on his toes. So when he got into the water, like he just jumped like that. And oh man, it just released all that negative energy. Oh, he loves it.
It was great. And like, I'm sitting there and I got like, I feel like, I'm in somewhere in like Alaska or up north in Iceland. I got chunks of ice next to that. Never happens in the summertime. It's usually melted by the first or second person. So I still got ice around me. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, I can do this. So the next one is in nature. I gotta go with you to a river.
Yes, and
with a waterfall.
We will. Trust me, we will. But I could also remember like just being in the tub of ice. There's been times just like you. I open my eyes and I just look up. There's people around me. They're like, hey, ho, feeling this energy. And like, it's almost slow motion.
Yeah.
I look up, I see a few clouds and the sky blue and a few birds passing. I've cried. Like, it's fucking beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
The funny thing is I didn't even hear you. I knew you were doing the hey ho, but it was the birds.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't have planned. That's just, that's God.
I'm telling you.
That is God, because the sky was just, it was the most beautiful sky and just a couple of clouds. And then there's these birds that are eating at a bird feeder. And I'm like, that's just what I kept on looking at. I'm like, look at that.
I know. It's just beautiful. It's difficult to describe that to people and explain this is what you receive from these things. They only see the top surface, like, oh, it's cold and you're going to struggle. I'm like, the benefits that are there are astronomical.
You struggle every day.
Yeah.
So choose your struggle.
Yeah.
Choose your hard.
Yes. Yes.
And then you can help yourself to get through everything else. You're choosing this. And let me tell you, as soon as I walked down those stairs, the gratitude of the warmth of the heat that I just felt, it just made me appreciate being able to come in and to have the blankets and to be able to warm up.
Yes.
That's just different. It's a different. It's a different type of gratitude. It's. If you would have told me that I would enjoy ice plunges, I would have laughed at you. Like, no way. And I still remember last year finding you. Like I found you in the midst of something that a painful moment that I was going through, and I knew I needed something, and you kept on popping up on my feed. I didn't know you, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. And then I'm like, oh, he's right around the corner, and I've been hooked ever since. So
Thank you.
I'm an extremist. I need extreme measures sometimes.
Sometimes we need hard medicine.
Yeah, because I'll get in my way.
Yeah, because just a pair of Tylenol is just not going to do it. Sometimes we need that heavy, like, pow, to cut into us and crack us wide open. And then we get to feel all these things like, oh, this is tough. And then it's like, oh, man, this is beautiful. That's just what I needed.
The funny, like, I was so scared to get into the ice. But as soon as I was in there today, it was like, all right, I'm home. This feels great. I almost didn't want to get out.
Wow.
And it was harder getting out, especially it's the winter time, the wind, it was cold.
Yeah, the wind is cold.
In the summer, it's great. But you'll never, ever get a plunge like I got today in the summer. It will never be that cold.
No.
And it felt so amazing to just be in. It was a sense of calmness. Like I was so scared for what?
Yep.
What was I afraid of?
Yeah.
What are you really afraid of?
It's just a mind. It's just a mental game. Most of it is just mind mental games. That's it. Some people feel like, oh, I'll feel cold, but it's just in your mind. Just push through that. You see that your body, it acclimates to the weather.
Yeah.
It does. The skin is the biggest organ that we have in our body. And what do? We cover it with clothing.
Yeah.
We should feel the sensations that this planet has for us. We have little hairs all over our bodies that feel things out. It's like another sense that we have. Like we
tentacles.
Right. Touch, taste, smell. And then there's the tentacles also. That's why sometimes when you have a thought and you're in somewhere and you start having feelings, what happens? Your hairs stand up.
Oh, yeah.
You see?
Oh.
So this is another body sense that we have. That's why we should step into the cold, start feeling some of these things.
Yeah.
It's a good practice to go outside with your jacket. If you're going to run to the store, oh, I got to bring my coat. Leave your jacket home.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave your scarf home. Leave your gloves home. So it's a little cold. Just feel it. Feel it. You'll be back in your house before you know it.
Yeah, exactly. Feel, there's a motto, feel the fear and do it anyway.
That's right. That's
it's
the one
funny.
we push.
Yeah, I love that one. You brought up skin. My skin feels amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
There's another benefit.
Yeah. Like, ladies. All that money you spend on like face stuff, it feels great right now. And I don't have anything on, just the coldness.
Yep. This is another benefit of the cold plunges too.
Yeah.
Is you get that glow, the afterglow. In addition, it helps you to burn fat too.
Yeah.
It activates the brown fat that we have here. It activates it. And the brown fat is the one that we use when we're in the gym, lifting and running on the cardio and all that. We start to activate the brown fat. You just get that when you're inside of the ice. It activates the brown fat.
Now, should you do an ice plunge before or after you work out?
Well, for strength, when you want to lift, I would not recommend before, right? Because the science, they say, for that, you should do it afterwards. It's great for muscle recovery.
Okay.
And for pain management too.
Yeah.
So afterwards, like when you work out hard, you hit the water, the ice. It's
then why
great
don't
for your
gyms
muscles.
have this? Like they got saunas out there. Why don't they have ice plunges?
I know. It's just crazy.
There you go. That's what you need to set up.
Yeah. Few places have it. Very few, very few. It's either one or the other, but they always have the sauna, right? But for here, this is the place to come. We're working together with a CrossFit gym that's by here, ECF.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've come. Even the trainers have come.
Is that the one I went there with you to do?
That's not the one that we went to. No, over there. We have yet to do something there. We've done it here.
Yeah.
But you came to the UFC gym.
Yeah.
Right?
That
we
was
went
dope.
over there. That was nice. Great facility and all that. We're working with them.
Yeah.
And we also did plant-based, and we did a number of places.
A couple different places.
Oh, the PT Ethos.
Yes,
right.
I like that.
Yeah, PT, physical therapy, ethos.
That was the first time. That was the first and only time I did a plunge inside. I like it outside.
Yeah, I
like
know.
It outside.
It's a different thing.
Be in the elements.
You gotta be outside in the elements. Yeah,
gotta be outside in the elements.
Let's go. Push. Yeah.
And that was in the summertime and inside, and I was missing the sun. So that was a cold one, and I think that's why. But even with it now, I'd rather be outside in nature. Like that's where we need to ground ourselves, get our energy, fill ourselves back up is with nature. Yeah,
for sure. Well, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you.
Omar, I love you so much. Thank you. I needed you. Thank you for pushing me.
Thank you.
Well, and you didn't even have to push me that hard. You just didn't. I had no way out of it. So I was like, oh.
Exactly. Yeah. Just don't give up. Sometimes we give in too easy. And we go, oh, you're not coming? Okay. What? No, let's go, and then see what you say.
Yeah.
That's it. See what you say. You could have said like, no, I really don't want to come.
Well, now I can't. Now I'm kind of forced. And then I got here and nobody was here. I was like, I guess they're done.
Right. Yeah. No, we're just beginning.
Just me.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you so much for coming through.
I appreciate you so much.
Of course. Well, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram. I am Regal Financial Solutions. I'm on Instagram. That's my personal and business page. So you'll see me with crazy purple hair and talking about the Ravens. And then you'll also see me talking about the benefits of life insurance and how you can actually use life insurance while you're alive. Life insurance is meant to be used while you're alive. That's why it's called life insurance. So it's I help people build tax-free savings accounts and show them how to make their money work for them in several ways. Like your money can be working for you while it's backed by the S&P 500, so it grows. And then you can take money out of there anytime you want to, but it still sits there and compounds interest off of the accumulated value. So it doesn't even recognize that you took money out of it. So your money's working for you 2 times now.
Wow.
It's pretty dope.
Amazing. And you also spoke about you love to get into holistic healing.
So that's my passion. I love healing people. I am a holistic naturopathic. I believe with the right mindset, the right herbs, the right exercise, you can heal anything, anything, anything at all. And I've done it. I've seen it. And I really want to like focus more on that. Like just a simple tip. You have high blood pressure, drink warm water with lemon. It'll bring it down in a heartbeat, literally. So there's different stuff. Like, so I like getting to the root of what causes the problem. Whereas when you go into a traditional hospital or doctor, they want to put a Band-Aid or they want to give you a medication that's going to cause something else. And no, drink a gallon of water a day, take lots of herbs and minerals, eat healthy, and work out.
Thank you.
And fill your mind with positivity.
That's great. Mind, body, soul connection.
Yeah,
I love that.
absolutely.
I love that.
So, I mean, eventually that's where I want to get into, where I can just help people. And I want to, right now I don't have a garden. I like to garden and plant. And if you come into my house, there's plants all over the place, but I want to get a property where I have a backyard and I can grow my own herbs and come up with my own tinctures and remedies and stuff like that.
Nice.
I enjoy doing stuff like that.
I love it. Let's do it together.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I'm down. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the next one and come on down to the Omziel Healing Sanctuary when you can. Peace.
Peace.